to Deep in the Huddle.
Hey, what's going on, Huddlers? Here we are, Season 1, Episode 7 with you guys, Nix and Massiah.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, week 10 is past.
Hey, we're starting to separate some here. We're starting to separate some things here.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
man,
sir.
it was a great weekend of football for me. I mean, outside the Cowboys winning, obviously, but I mean, just in general, just seeing some trends show up, and hey, we had a couple of surprises as well, and we'll definitely get to that. But hey, how was the weekend though?
Yeah, I had a plan, right?
That's what I want to get to. I know you had a plan because there was some double XP and stuff.
Yeah, I had a plan. Was going to go Blops 4, take advantage of the double XP, open up some more tiers, get some rewards, and then I was going to turn around and maybe jump into Red Dead. Well, I jumped on Madden because I wanted to finish some challenges or whatever for one of the journey challenges to get a Stephon Gilmore card.
Right.
One ranked Gilmore card. Definitely tedious. There was 100 challenges there.
That grind.
Yeah, and I'm even working on the one with Wentz too. That's like 173 challenges.
Yeah, that's another grind. Yeah, I'm working on that one as well. Yeah, that's a grind.
Yeah, but definitely, playing with my brothers, Danny. Shout out to Dan on Knicks.
Yeah, Calico Briggs.
I love you. I love you, little brother.
Yeah, Calico Briggs on Xbox. If you are into watching streams and stuff, he be streaming Calico Briggs. Mm-hmm. Definitely check him out.
Yeah, Calico Briggs. That's 2 G's. Make sure you check my man out. And Billy Knight, a.k.a. Flea, and some other people. Shout out to Cowboy, Joshua Parker, definitely. Just being in the stream with everybody.
Hold on. Definitely shout out to Cowboy Parker, a.k.a. Josh Parker. Mm-hmm. Because in our Madden online franchise.
No, man, don't do that.
Now, he has the Kansas City Chiefs.
And
I'm rolling with the Cowboys. And, in our user franchise where we're about 8 deep, we met up in the Super Bowl.
I'm sorry, Josh. I didn't expect this to go here.
I mean, he was ready. I mean, he told me he was ready. He traded for Luke Kuechly. He traded for. He made some offensive line movements.
He's doing LA Rams things, huh?
Hey, look. We got to the Super Bowl, and look, when we lined up, they had him favored.
Hat on a hat. He was the favorite.
That's what they had. Man, but that 37-6 Cowboys though. But hey, we're into the third season on that. Sorry, Josh, about that loss you had to take. But I mean, it is what it is. I'll see you in the Super Bowl this year, maybe.
A guy's got to do what he's got to do. Yeah, yeah, but definitely to finish that out, definitely, wound up jumping in, and everybody else was playing Red Dead, so I started playing Red Dead. Shout out to Reezy. And AD, because they were playing Red Dead 2. So definitely, I would say at least for all of Saturday was Red Dead 2 Saturday.
Hey, man, yeah, I mean, up and down my friends list, PS4, Xbox One, I got both of them.
Same.
Man, it's heavy. Yeah. It's just heavier Red Dead 2, and for good reasons. Yeah. I wish I had more time in it, but, life happens. I think I got about 20 hours in it. But, man, yeah, it's one of the 6 games nominated for Game of the Year, and it's worthy. If you haven't picked up Red Dead yet,
Red Dead Redemption,
get on Red Dead 2. If you didn't play the first one, you ain't got to worry about it. It's a prequel. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and jump on in. But enough about this video games and our escapades this weekend in my Super Bowl win against Josh. Man, let's get into these games.
Twice you hit the guy. Wow, good
shots. I did. I sure did. He deserves it. Yeah. But so
Washington, Tampa.
First down.
Yeah, man. Bucks, you had one job for us outside of the Giants in the NFC East.
Uh-huh.
Skins win 16-3.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Say it again.
Skins win 16-3.
Who had the 3?
The Bucks.
Okay.
Now watch this though.
I'm watching.
Bucks had over 500 yards.
Sure did.
502,
509.
What, 509? Is that what it is? Okay,
Yeah.
It was 50 something.
509.
They had not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5. They had 5 trips to the red zone.
What'd they get out of them 5 trips? Tell me what happened
3.
when they opened the box on the red zone box. What happened? What'd you get?
Man,
Was it magical?
Turnover City.
Was it magical or tragical?
It was tragical. It was very tragical. But Bucks got 3 points out of that. And then even at the end, it's right around just under 2 minutes, and you're in there. And what does Fitzpatrick do? Gets hit and fumbles, and that's the ball game.
Yeah. So this game, watch this. And man, look, we went over the obscene amount of offensive yardage that they had. The trips to the red zone, 1 field goal to show for it. I mean, look, you have the second highest paid defensive line in the NFL behind the Jacksonville Jaguars. And they couldn't help you win a game against a team with an O-line literally composed of 3 guys from off the street. Okay? Your defense has 1 INT for the whole season. I'll go ahead and break out that abbreviation. Your defense has 1 interception for the whole season. JPP had 1 assist on a tackle for the entire game. 1 assist. Not even a whole tackle to himself. 1 assist on a tackle. So for 60 minutes, I don't know what JPP was doing. Thinking about heading back to New York. Maybe he wanted to go back to college, USF. Maybe party too heavy the night before.
Maybe he wants to get his finger back.
I don't know. Maybe that. I mean, you talk about the digits. I'm going to tell you about these digits right here. 1 assist, 1 INT for the whole season. And, look, I'm not going to harp on this too much. I would definitely say Dirk Cutter is probably out of there, especially with the 15-yard penalty at the end of the game that Cutter called for a challenge. I mean,
and even after the game, Derek Cutter's like, well, I'd still play calling back.
Right. You said that out loud.
Yeah.
And your
out loud.
And your star wide receiver Mike Evans says he didn't notice one way or the other. So
yeah, and hence why I benched Mike Evans this week in my fantasy team, because I had no faith in what was going on in Tampa finally.
Right. On the other side of the ball, I made reference to earlier. I mean, the offensive line is in shambles. This roster is an infirmary. I mean, they literally have like shadows in the program book. When you walk in the stadium, you open the program book and you look to see who's playing where. They got shadows there with the names of the guys that they have inserted in those slots because pitchers
outside of getting Jonathan Cooper, the Skins offensive line is a mass unit.
Right. I mean, a little bit about the Alabama effect, and I'm going to get to this quote here in just a second. I mean, there was a play there where Jacquez caught one. It was a quick pass out. They're in the red zone, and Ryan Anderson chases him, punches out the ball, and it gets scooped up by Ha-Ha. That's that Alabama effect. 2 guys played on the same team. They kind of play in unison. And there was another thing about them, like with Washington. Their defense, man, they play as a unit. And I don't care how bad the score is or, how far gone it may be. The effect of certain guys coming inside that room are changing that culture. And at the end of the game, you get a quote from another guy, defensive end, Jonathan Allen. We have to tighten up as a defense. We made the plays when it counted and they didn't. But for us as a defense, we want to dominate, and we didn't dominate today. They just got the win, and that's what the guy says.
Yeah, a lot of bending and not breaking.
Right.
I mean, for those in fantasy world, Ron Fitzpatrick was 29-41 for 406.
Yep.
Another 400-yard game for Fitzpatrick. No touchdowns, 2 interceptions, obviously.
Yep.
Not,
he gave you 35 yards rushing, though. Hey.
He did, which Peyton Barber, 13 for 61 for, 4.7 per carry.
Hey.
But the thing that the Washington Redskins did, and the thing that we've always talked about this whole season with us, Steve, Peterson has to be involved, and his legs have to stay fresh. But he has to be involved for them to be, in contention for the Skins. And, yeah, he didn't average 4 yards per carry. It was 3.6. But you gave it to him 19 times. In a lot of their L's, you'll see he doesn't get the ball that many times. Right. 19 carries for 68 yards. So there was a little bit of that. Like they were consistent saying, hey, look, no matter what, we're going to stick to this run.
Yep.
And maybe that's the difference for them. Now, the one thing that I did see from some Skins fans out there, which I found interesting, because Alex Smith was 19 to 27, 178, 1 touchdown, and we've heard over his career sometimes the check down king. I actually saw Skins fans saying it maybe it's time to go look at Colt McCoy.
Ooh.
In a win. Hey, in a win now. Not a loss, but a win. So, I mean, definitely something to look forward and see where they go there. Again, Dirk Cutter's trying to get out. I think we both kind of agree. You took over the offensive play calling, but your defense is still in shambles. Yeah. To a certain extent. I mean, you're highlighting JPP and his half a tackle. Whatever the case may be is what's going on that side. But yeah, man, Skins 16-3, get to 6-3 in their division now, first place, and the Bucks 3-6 now.
Hey, I warned you about them Redskins beginning of the season.
Well, remember now, I said the same. I say, look, the front seven was serious, and then, as I've always said, as long as Peterson's legs are fresh, they have a chance.
And they got that boost in the back with old got that boost.
Yeah, good trade for them. I mean,
sure
we highlighted that a week or two ago.
Got that boost.
Hey, yeah. I mean, the defense was good. Now, what their defense did against Atlanta last week, but maybe getting a little bit more comfortable, a little more familiar with him in the secondary, and obviously we kind of saw that. Yeah, sure, Bucks put up 500 yards. Yeah, 3 points. Not to go unnoticed, though. Not to go unnoticed. In this year of the kicker that we've been talking about.
Yeah. Yep.
One of 3 for said kicker. I'm not even going. You know what? I'm not going to mention his name anymore because he got released.
Yeah, because he was fired.
Because he's fired.
Yeah.
And he's 1 for 3. And it's not like the first time he's missed field goals in Tampa this year. So that kicker's gone. 1 for 3. Scott Backus, you had a great breakdown a couple of weeks ago about these kicks and misses. As we've been doing on the page, update the sheet. Thank you.
Yeah. Scott Backus may be talking to you about employment soon enough.
The balls are juiced, if you will. Yeah. Now, in the previous show, we kind of talked about this game and nothing to worry about. However, even though I guess technically it was a completely a worrisome point, but Cardinals showed up and played against the Chiefs, though, now.
Yep.
And at a certain point, this game was 20-14. The Cardinals had the ball and could have drove down and did something here in the second half, but Kansas City got one of those guys back. It wasn't Barry. Barry's not back yet. Not yet. Looks like next week. Looks like he's going to be back next week. Yeah. But that boy Justin Houston on the screen pass, Red jumped and got the pick and allowed them to get the score to seal it away.
There's levels to this when you're talking about players. There's levels.
A lot. Now, ho-hum for the legend, sir. Ho-hum at home.
Yeah, O-line was kind of scattered this week, though, man. They couldn't keep him clean.
But, it's funny. We say ho-hum. Yeah. Still 21-28. Yeah. Still 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And now what he did do was very clean, no turnovers.
Yeah.
Only the 249 in yards passing.
Yeah,
but
just 249. biggie.
There's other quarterbacks like, oh God, they had 249 and 2 touchdowns. Oh my God, Dak. But
some quarterbacks had 188 yards, but
yeah,
we ain't gonna say no names. Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
The GOAT. Don't you talk about the GOAT.
I'll be quiet.
Now, the one thing we did see from Mahomes this week that we haven't seen a ton, not that we know he can't do it, 4 carries for 21 yards.
Yeah.
Kareem Hunt doing Kareem Hunt things, 16 carries, 71 yards. He's been coming on last week, this week, 4.4 yards for him per carry.
Yeah.
But let's talk about that boy Hill real quick. Lighting them boys up, 7 catches, 117 and 2 touchdowns, and 1 CBS camera to boot.
Dude, when I saw that, I was like, no, he's not doing what I think he's doing. And then he started tilting it and turning it. I was like, boy, you better hurry up and get down from there before they give you a job. Watch it.
Oh, man, no doubt. That was definitely for us fans of the game.
Yeah,
loved it. That took me back to the Terrell Owens with the Sharpie, pulling it out and signing it. Like that was one of those moments, and it was awesome because he was getting he was at home getting the fans into it. Man, I definitely dug it. I know there was some blowback on him for that. I've seen some of that.
I haven't seen anything about a fine yet, but some shows were saying, he might get a fine for this.
Yeah,
was that over the line?
Yeah,
Stop.
I mean, fair enough.
He didn't hurt anybody.
Exactly. He was at home.
No one got hurt.
Having a good time.
No one got insulted.
Exactly.
He didn't stand on the star and praise himself as football Jesus.
Whoa. Let's leave the star out of that. Let's just keep it kosher. Okay. He didn't get fined for the star. Okay. Let's not do that.
Yeah. Well.
But Chiefs get to 9-1. Cardinals fall to 2-7.
Yeah. The Cardinals, man. Mm-hmm. I mean, I can see Josh Rosen still developing a little bit. I mean, it's going to be hard with the O-line to play that he has around him. Lots of adjustments. I mean, you got lots of adjustments and changes and upgrades in store for Arizona next year. And some of the stuff that I've been peeking around looking at stuff, a little rumbling about Peyton Manning potentially taking over as the GM in Arizona. Although, when I see those things, I go, yeah, but, there was that other place that he won the Super Bowl at in Denver. Might have an opening over there. You never know.
Yeah. I mean, here's what I'll say about here's my big takeaway from this game in general.
Yeah.
We both said Kansas City winning going away. And I mean, there was a moment it could have been problems, but it wasn't. Mm-hmm. However, we watched David Johnson come back through his development and what's going on with his injury from last year to this year. Mm-hmm. And kind of finding his way and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing that I'll take away. David Johnson had 21 carries for 98 yards and a touchdown. That's 4.7 yards per carry.
Right.
David Johnson also had 7 catches for 85 yards and a touchdown. 12.1 per catch. Mm-hmm. Who are they playing next week?
I don't even know who they're playing. I don't think I looked.
Well, the Rams.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so David Johnson in that lineup that they have was able to put up those kind of stats, catching and receiving.
Yeah, but KC's defense.
KC needs to. They got a week and an extra day because it's Monday night.
Yep.
Okay, and it won't be in Mexico now.
Oh, you mean Case? Who's KC's playing next week? I thought you were talking about Arizona.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm in KC.
Yeah.
So they're not going to be in, and they're not going to be in Mexico because the field conditions are bad. They're going to be in L.A.
Jeez.
Hey, Kansas City. If David Johnson did that to y'all this week, Todd Gurley's coming. Hey, you might want to take notes. I'm just saying. It's a great game. I'm ready for it. We'll get to that on the Friday preview show a little bit more. I'm just saying the one thing for me, for your guy Knicks that stuck out was David Johnson did work on the ground and in the air, and here comes Todd Gurley for you, Kansas City.
Hey, and Todd Gurley was probably watching tape Monday, if not Sunday night, on how he could dissect your defense. I can tell you that right off the rip.
Right.
Dude does not play about his film study, and he will make sure that you feel him. Trust. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean,
trying to keep his MVP season going.
I'm not calling a W or a L, but
No,
KC
that's for the Friday show, sir.
Yeah, even then, I'm telling you now, ahead of time, I I would go ahead and get ahead of things and tell you right now, KC, you might want to be careful.
That part.
Yeah.
Now, the return of the Mac. Mr. Matt Barkley, if you will.
Big Daddy Barkley.
Man.
Big Daddy Barkley, bro.
Man. Look, I'm gonna pull this quote from a reputable draft guru, if you will, the Mel Kiper.
Mm-hmm.
If Matt Barkley is a bust, and I'll let y'all finish the statement. Anywho, with that being said, Matt Barkley got to start against the Jets for the Buffalo Bills, and dear Lord, 41-10 Buffalo wins.
Mm-hmm.
I can only imagine how Jamal Adams felt. But Barkley, 15-25, 232 and 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
However, early on, the Sean McCoy, Shady showed up, bro.
Yep.
Shady. 26 for 113 and 2. I mean, Shady was just eating them up early.
Yeah.
Josh McNown, I mean, he's great for your young quarterback support. You don't want him to play at 36, 37 now. That you just don't want that. And that kind of showed, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, 50% passing percentage, 17-34, $135, 2 interceptions. I mean, it's just a bad look. Yeah. Unfortunately for the Jets, the insurance salesman Peterman wasn't playing, and then after Barkley won this game, Allstate did sign. I don't know if you got this. Breaking news, real quick, because State Farm and Allstate were back and forth, but Peterman got signed, and he's a full-time insurance salesman now.
The bidding war.
It's over.
I think that's what you told me.
Yeah, the bidding war.
The bidding
it's
war
over.
Between Allstate and State Farm.
Yeah,
Congrats,
State Farm.
Peterman.
He's got the khakis on.
Congrats, Peterman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, Big Daddy Barkley. I think that's what they called him. I guess fans went on the Wikipedia page and edited his bio, where they took his picture out and they put a picture of a goat on there.
Shout out to Bills Mafia.
And they called him Big Daddy Barkley. I mean, this kid's coming out of USC or whatever. He was a little bit of a turnover machine, drafted by Philly in the 4th round. And look, he honestly, you look at him and you go, he's old. I mean, for most people, they go, Matt Barkley, I remember him from a long time ago. Did he play for that Chip Kelly fella when Chip Kelly was over there or something? I don't know. Anyhow, the deal with him is he's only 28 years old. I mean, if he can get somewhere that needs a backup and learn their system, I mean, he could potentially develop into a really great backup or maybe even starter / game manager. You know what I mean? And he didn't have phenomenal talent to throw the ball to on Sunday, but, LaShawn McCoy showed up. And I guess really what I meant to allude to earlier when you brought it up with LaShawn's numbers is, I guess the O-line actually showed up. I mean, the O-line was doing the best job they've done all season since Josh Allen hurdled that defender during the scramble.
Yeah. Or maybe McCoy was finally completely healthy. We know he's been battling some injuries this year.
Yeah, maybe. But, he's rushed for the most yards he's rushed for all season.
Or what we had to look at, let's call it a spade a spade. Let's look at the elephant in the room. And we've heard some players, say, hey, Todd Bowles isn't the issue.
Yep.
Maybe they quit this week.
Maybe.
So, Todd Bowles, I think he's a hell of a coach. Yep. I think defensively, he can definitely be a defensive coordinator in this league. Not that he can't be a head coach, but I think that's where he's going to be regulated to going forward.
Yeah.
The writing's on the wall for him.
Yeah.
And that's that. I believe both teams will end up in the top 10 draft picks. It is what it is for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
tough sledding.
Terrell Pryor didn't get any targets, and he was also cut today.
Yeah, he was probably still the best quarterback for that roster. But hey,
maybe so.
We'll see.
Don't know.
Maybe he can catch on and do something. The Terrell Pryor situation. I don't want to go too long on that right there, but It's just very curious to me. I mean, we saw the numbers he put up in Cleveland. They could have re-signed him. They didn't. He went to Washington. We saw what happened there. I just, I don't know. It's a conundrum in a sense for me.
Joe Pryor's just like, I mean, from Ohio State, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel
quarterback,
like
Raiders, right? Raiders quarterback played there as a quarterback.
Right. I just don't know. Like he's either a little bit behind or a little bit ahead. Like I don't know what his status was when he came out of Ohio State. I don't know if he was a junior when he came out or a sophomore or what. But I think he was a junior.
No. He definitely was a sophomore.
No, but I mean,
you know, I think here's what I think about Terrell Pryor. I think if an organization wants to wrap their arms around him and bring him in, he can help your team, and you can figure that role out for him. But and so far, he came as a quarterback. He played quarterback. He went to wide receiver, and look, he put up good numbers as a wide receiver. Yeah. So he can kind of do something for you. Yeah. If a team wants to really wrap their arms around him and go into a Cordell Stewart / or the guy down there, the rookie down there for the Saints, who was a quarterback in college and he's doing everything, Taysom Hill. Yeah. If the organization wants to wrap their arms around him and put him in that role, I think he's willing to do it, and I think he can excel at doing it. But it's one of those things where a team's got to want to do it. I think he's willing to. So I don't know.
He's 29, man. I mean,
fair enough.
No one's going to be trying to wrap their arms around him. And I mean, like I said, I don't know when he came out. It was a junior or senior or whatever. I don't know. I just feel like he's always in the wrong spot or the wrong time. Like,
and look, obviously, because here we are, we're studying. We were kind of stuttering over each other about him, and that's kind of how the NFL is about him too.
Yeah,
you know, it's like he's a weapon. Forget the look, take the quarterback situation out of there. And I was being funny about him being the best quarterback on their roster, even though maybe that's true or not. But I mean, I'm being funny. We know at 29 he's not going to be that. But if you want to bring him in and let him be that slash for you, and you can do things with him, and you want to wrap your arms and let him do that for you, he can be a weapon. Let him return some kicks. Let him get in the slot. You know, run some reverses to him. There's some things that you can do with him, and he's still viable for another 3-4 years. Now, whether that happens or not, I mean, unlike T, like T was the antithesis of him, right? T said, "I'm a quarterback, and I'm not doing ish else," basically,
right?
For the most part,
yeah.
I mean, Jets, he kind of did a punt protection, whatever, but nothing else. Like Pryor will play whatever you want him to play, but somebody in a OC has to be like, okay, look, I can use him and do something with him. Mm-hmm. But again, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, we spent probably too much time on that, but it's aggravating when you see a guy that can play in the league and do something.
Yep.
And watch him just slip through the cracks.
And I guess also, I mean, to add to that, not watch a team reach out with a defined role where they can use a guy with that kind of talent, and it sucks.
You know, I mean, and then maybe too, you know, whatever Cleveland offered or didn't offer, he decided to bet on himself in Washington with the 1-year deal, and maybe that at the end of the day will be his undoing.
Yeah, tough stuff, man.
Indeed. But now, that divisional battle,
yeah,
the Jags went to Indianapolis.
Yeah.
What do they call it? Naptown.
Okay.
Naptown. Yeah.
Yeah.
And took a L. Colts win 29-26.
Yeah.
And look, hey, for all you Blake Bortles haters, hey, man, this ain't on Blake.
Yardage. Yeah.
Hey, this ain't on Blake. 26 of 38, 320, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, Fournette return.
I was about to say the next thing. Hey, as soon as Fournette comes back, Jags are back. Hey, he had 24 carries for 53 yards and a touchdown, 2.2 yards per carry. Not going to cut it.
Yeah, rushed for a TD, caught a TD. Oh, Fournette.
Yeah, man, that carries. Now,
T.J. Yeldon chipped in, had five touches for 51 yards, five catches.
Yeah, you know how that goes. Luck on the other side, 21 to 29, 285.
Fairly efficient, yes.
3 TDs, 1 interception.
Yeah. Look at old Eric Ebron over there with two TDs making a claim for the best offensive player on their roster, other than Luck and Marlon Mack, probably.
You know, it's crazy. Like, as we're getting into this season, we got to start talking about comeback players of the year. Obviously, Luck's going to be in the conversation, but man, how about Eric Ebron though too? And what he's done to tight end this year. I mean, look at what he's done. Look at the stats. I mean, he's definitely in the conversation for me.
I don't know. I've seen some chatter lately the past couple of weeks about Odell. Like, why no one's talking about Odell as comeback player of the year? I mean, he walked out of here week 3, week 4 last season, broke an ankle. So
yeah, and we'll see how it goes. I'm just saying, as it pertains to this game, sir.
Sure, just saying.
Now, the one thing that I found interesting, because, you know, the Colts have definitely found the rushing game over the past few weeks.
Right.
They didn't really run the ball very well. Let's be honest. I mean, yeah, you had the Jordan Wilkes, the 1 carry for 53, but Mack only gets 12 carries for 29 yards. That's 2.4. Naeem Hines, 3 carries for 3 yards. That's 1. As you alluded to, Eric Ebron got a carry for 2 yards. We had Andrew Luck with 5 carries for -2 yards, and Chester Rogers for 1 carry -4 yards. Tough sledding over there.
Yeah.
Now, again, Adam Vinatieri is also not remiss, because he missed a field goal. Yeah, I mean, nobody is safe. I don't care who your favorite kicker is, unless you're playing the Giants. You're going to miss a field goal, because Josh Lambo on the other side also missed a field goal.
Dude, it's atrocious. Like, I don't even know.
Game. Yeah, it's crazy. Now, Jacksonville was able to hold Indianapolis scoreless in the second half and get 10 points, but at the very end, completed a pass. They were in field goal position, and hell of a play by that Colts defense to get the strip and recover it. And now the Colts have won 3 straight. Not only have the Colts won 3 straight, though, there's another thing to that. This is the 4th straight game where Andrew Luck has not been sacked.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Wow. We're getting protection for Mr. Luck, and we won 3 straight. Imagine that. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Quarterback standing up, and he's winning games.
And on the other side, you know, Indianapolis' defense needs to start working on pressuring and hitting the QB, or getting some pieces who can, because they're not doing that either.
Yeah, they definitely need some help on that side, no doubt. I mean, you see what Blake Bortles did, obviously. Now, running in to contain, but Blake Bortles was out here slinging this thing for sure. Anytime we can line up and say, and we can put Blake Bortles stats against, you know, Patrick Mahomes and say Bortles had a better game, maybe that defense needs to be checked. But yeah, I mean, not here nor there. Which I was thinking about that. I was looking, man, that's 4 straight games for Luck, to not get sacked.
Yeah.
Do you happen to know what the record is for somebody not getting sacked?
Man, I can't remember. I know I saw the stat. I know I saw it.
It is astronomical, this stat, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
It blows my mind. So, for 19 games, not one, let me turn on my inner LeBron, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 5.
Don't do anything LeBron on here. I don't want you to upset Garrett Wesley. Shout out to Garrett Wesley, our admin on Deep in the Huddle.
But from the September in the 1988 season, where the Colts, which is why I bring this up, the Colts sacked one Dan Marino 4 times. Dan Marino was not sacked again till October of 1989.
Yeah.
That's 19 games. That's 759 pass attempts.
Yeah.
That's mind-boggling.
Nah, Not when you know who that QB is.
That's mind-boggling.
Yeah, I bet you the last time he got sacked, during that stretch there of the 19 games, boy, the offensive line heard a mouthful.
Right? That's crazy.
Not Danny Marino, buddy. It ain't going to
Colts,
happen.
and also, not to be remiss, in 89, the Bills were the team that got the sack. So the Colts were the last team. Bills were the team that ended the streak.
Right.
Second place is Mark Rippon of
Washington.
Yeah. And he had 9 games.
Damn.
So we'll see how long the luck continues on with 4 games here and see what happens.
Dude, he's gonna be buying them. He's gonna be buying them dudes MacBooks or something at the end of the season. iMacs, something. Y'all want some scooters?
Oh no! You gotta do the isotoners. You gotta do the old Dan Marino. Remember the isotoner commercials where they pick you up? Yeah, you gotta do the isotoners like Marino did back in the day. But beyond all the sacks and non-sacks, Jacksonville's done. They're 3-6. They're done.
Yeah.
Stick a fork in them. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Very disturbing for me to see the Jalen Ramsey tweet of "You'll miss me when I'm gone." I don't know.
Tweet was ominous.
It didn't stick well with me. I hope those in that organization, top down, will reach out and make sure that's not it could have been tongue in cheek, obviously. On the same token, for me and how I heard it.
Yeah, you can definitely interpret that tweet a couple different ways. Right. I just took it and interpreted it as I'm up out of here as soon as I can get free.
Fair enough. I mean, that's kind of crazy to think, you were in the championship game last year. This year's not going your way. And you're ready to, if you're saying that, he's ready to tuck tail and run. I don't think he's built like that personally.
Yeah.
To me, like I said, it was a red flag. Hopefully they take care of that, and that's not a dipper. Like I said, I hope it's tongue in cheek for him, and it could very well be. It could.
Hopefully, whoever runs Primetime's social media gets at him and maybe make sure that he makes the proper call and counseling.
Absolutely. Yeah. But for the Colts, for what it is, they survived. They're 4-5. Yep. They got some division games on deck, so we'll see how long they can keep Andrew Luck upright and see if he can catch Dan Marino on those 19 games.
Let's roll.
Ooh, this 50 burger though. I'm sorry, wait. I wanted to get to that. I can't do it yet because I was going to overlook these Bears. The Bears. Rolling.
Yeah.
They're rolling.
Got that Mac back.
Man, 6-3.
Got that
they
Mac
beat the
back.
Lions 34-22.
Yeah.
Hey, look, people talk about Mitch here and there. I heard somebody during their bye week and getting into this game and everything.
Efficient, bro.
Yeah, they were talking about, wow, Mitch really isn't that good. Man, 23 of 30,
Efficient.
355, 3 touchdowns.
Tell him about how many picks he had.
0.
That's right.
0.
Mitchell.
And, didn't have much of a running game. Howard had 11 carries for 21 yards. That's less than 2 yards per carry.
Right.
Mitch had 3 for 18 for 6. Right. Cohen 7 for 15 for a touchdown. Like, the running game wasn't there, but, man, Mitch was out here stretching them out. Robinson 6 for 133 and 2 touchdowns. The rookie Anthony Miller 5 catches, 122 and a touchdown.
Yeah.
Old Trey Burton, the tight end they brought in to help him, 4 catches for 40 yards.
Yeah.
This game was over at halftime. It was 26-7.
Hey, Chicago defense played well, bro.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Well.
Like I said, at halftime, 26-7.
Yeah.
Detroit. We've talked about this about y'all before. You got who y'all want to go with at running back. Carry on had 14 carries for 51 yards and a touchdown, 3.6 yards per carry. LeGarrette Blount, once again, 6 carries, 4 yards. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Look, Stafford out here looking mediocre. Man, you got 2 TDs, 2 picks.
Let me stop you there. I wonder why.
Yeah.
Well, why would Stafford look mediocre all of a sudden? Yeah. I wonder.
I'll let you tell it.
I wonder, because you traded away his number one damn wide receiver in Golden Tate. Why you can't run the ball?
The threat.
And then you expect
Theo Riddick,
Galladay and Marvin Jones. Oh, guess what? Guess who's hurt now? Marvin Jones. Yeah. So, again, as we talked about the trade deadline and the winners and losers and stuff like that, and I brought it up, Detroit were sellers. They're done with this season. And this game kind of proved it.
Yeah. I just look around at the game itself, and I mean, like, just certain things just stick out to me. I mean, obviously, Stafford with 2 TDs or 2 picks, but, I mean, like, what's wrong with LeGarrette Blount getting the ball? I mean, you can use Blount like Bell, Gurley, Luck if you want to, and get him the ball in space to get downfield on opposing defenses. It's been proven. He's done it. You know, he's won a couple Super Bowl rings doing those type of things. And like I was saying, Chicago's defense, man, they played superb. I mean, 6 sacks. I mean, they got the 2 picks on Stafford. The only thing that I really got to say about this thing is any further about this defense is I wonder how long Stafford's going to hold up this season. I mean, he's been sacked 16 times in the last 2 weeks. And we know that he's broken his collarbone twice in his career. How much longer do you think you're going to go in the season with Matt Stafford taking over 5 sacks a game? Like, y'all expect y'all QB to live? I don't know. I mean, Detroit might be looking to go draft the QB. They keep this up. Yeah,
I mean, it's ugly, and
they just gave dude his money.
Look, and if I'm, I can't believe that they sold.
Yeah, Golden Tate, bro, that was dumb.
Like, and thought you were going to be better.
Yeah,
and better yet, let's stay on the sold term, right? Mm-hmm. I can't believe that this front office sold LeGarrette Blount on the role that he's currently playing right now, and he signed there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're 3-6. It's now time for them to look forward to the draft and whatnot, but to me, they could be a lot better than what they are. But, hey, good luck with Matt Patricia. I hope he takes that pencil out, writes down some things to figure it out, and they come back next season and do something.
Hey, honestly, man, and I don't know if I said this last week or not, but, bro, he could be one and done over there. Patricia could be one and done, man.
For me personally, and this is just me, for me personally, I never really think that it has to go really, really bad behind the scenes for a coach to be one and done. I think no matter who gets hired, they're going to at least make it 1 year. We'll see, and I'll leave it at that. I think unless it goes really behind the scenes bad, I think it's fine. Wow. I think, again, and we can, that's a good thing for us to dial up. We can dial that up and see how many coaches come in and do one and dones. But I think a lot of times when a coach gets hired, he's at least going to get 2 years.
Or a year, a season and a half, maybe.
Right.
Or
he makes it to the second. Yeah. Right. He makes it at least to the second regular season. Yeah. But we'll see there. But now, as I was trying to allude to earlier, because I was like, whew, we talked about this being a trap game. Yeah. There was a trap game. It just wasn't in Cincinnati because the Saints dropped that 50 burger on these Bengals and got their defensive coordinator fired. 51-14 on the Bengals.
And got Hugh Jackson rehired.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, and he's back in the league just like that.
Bam.
Saints 8-1. Bengals fall to 5-4. And this game was over at half. 7-7 after 1. And then the Saints completely exploded. They were in the end zone. Everybody was throwing up the X for Dez Bryant, and it was 35-7, and you can kiss the baby.
Hey, and look, Drew Brees kind of had a paltry day. I mean, it was efficient, but I mean, like 22-25, 265, 3 TDs.
Whatever.
You saw Teddy Bridgewater?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hey. But, I mean, whenever you're able to have your way with the team, I mean, Mark Ingram, 13 carries for 104, bro.
Yeah. Hey, Drew Brees rushed for a TD.
Hey, Alvin Kamara, 12 for 56, 4.7 and 2.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, anybody that's listening to the cast, give me the number of Dwayne Washington.
Ooh.
11 carries, 47 yards,
Yeah.
4.3 yards per carry.
Yeah.
Hey, Taysom Hill, 4 carries for 24 yards, 6 yards per carry. Here's a better one. Here's a throwback for you.
Yeah.
Zach Line,
Yeah.
2 carries for 13 yards, 6.1. Bro, whatever they wanted to do,
Yeah.
they did.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, and for what it's worth, their field goal kicker didn't miss a field goal in New Orleans for New Orleans. Oh, man. Hey, look, Joe Mixon played a good game, man. He had 11 carries for 61 yards, over 5 yards per carry. And if you watch the game, I mean, he was getting off here and there, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
The red rifle was a BB gun, 12 for 20. BB pellet.
Cap gun.
Cap. Okay, I'm good with Cap. 12 for 20, 153, 2 picks, and a touchdown.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw the Gator Nation's Jeff Driscoll in the game, if you will.
Yeah.
Old Drizzy got in there and threw some passes around. And, man, it was just ugly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and it was the battle of the Who's, right? Because you got Who Day and you got Who Dat. It was the battle of the Who's. I mean, the Bengals, you know, and then they invented and did the Who Day. But, boy, the Saints have taken it and made it fantastical. They've perfected it with the Who Dat. 51. We can take the Bengals score and turn around backwards and make it 41, and they still lost.
Damn, B, stop.
Well, damn it, Hey, man,
Jeez.
also, and with that being said, allow me to say this. Drew Brees is my number one in the MVP category right now because he's never won it. And he's almost at 80% completion percentage. If y'all saw the next gen
The graphic on
science,
the stats, yeah.
like he is more accurate than an Olympic. What do you call them? What do you call them guys that shoot the archer? There you go.
Yeah.
He is more accurate than an Olympic gold medalist.
He's pretty accurate.
Hey, Drew Brees is my number one. Sorry, he's my number one MVP race right now. And shout out to the Eagles that got to go to New Orleans next week. Good luck.
Yeah, not bad for a dude who had a bum arm, was about out of the league.
That shoulder was trash. Only 2 teams wanted him. Look at there.
Yeah. Next.
Hey, good for the Bengals though. I'm gonna leave it on this. Good for the Bengals. They got a chance, right? Still, you're still heads above water. Maybe Hugh Jackson brings some magic to you. And we'll leave it at that. By the way, also with the firing of the defensive coordinator, Marvin Lewis is going to call the defense for the rest of the year. Just as a point of reference, he's going to be the de facto defensive coordinator for the rest of the year.
Yeah, saw that.
Well, the Patriots went to Tennessee, visited a old former Patriot like they did in Detroit.
Yeah.
And got handled.
Yeah.
34-10.
Former defensive coordinator strikes again. So all I got to say, hey,
Well, he was a former linebacker for them. He was their defensive coordinator.
Well, I mean, yeah, former.
But,
well,
yeah.
I think I have defensive coordinator, former player strikes again.
Yeah.
But I mean, somebody may want to pass the game tape from Detroit and Tennessee to O'Brien so he can game plan, catch him a W against New England.
Man, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. I'll go back to, if y'all go back to, and if y'all listen to the podcast the whole time, and after Tennessee beat the Patriots in overtime, we had that conversation. And you asked me the question. I was like, man, I'm a buyer at Tennessee. I think Tennessee is a win. I'm a buyer. I think they're going to make the playoffs. They stumbled a little bit, and now they're on this win streak now, and they've won 3 straight. You know why? Because Marcus Mariota's gotten healthy. That's why. They're not bouncing back and forth between the quarterback. And he's, he had the shoulder, he had the elbow, and everything. And we're seeing last week against Dallas, this week against New England, he's in the pocket. He's delivering the ball because he's finally healthy enough to throw that ball down the field again. And I know everyone's going to look at the one Corey Davis catch where he stopped, jumped backwards, and literally looked like Spider-Man. Shout out to Stan Lee, R.I.P., and made that stab catch.
Yeah.
Outside of that,
piece of my childhood died right there.
Right, no doubt. Again, shout out to Stan Lee. RIP. Thank you for everything you've done for us and giving us the universe that you've given us. From two old guys to something we pass on to our kids and even to people that was even older than us, Right. But Corey Davis, 7 catches, 125 and 1 touchdown. But if you looked and watched the game, Mariota was on it, 16-24, 228, 2 touchdowns. And look, I get it. Deion Lewis had his 20 carries for 157 for 2.9 per carry. But that boy, Derrick Henry, was giving them the business.
Yep.
11 carries, 58 yards, and 2 touchdowns, 5.3. Mm-hmm. And, of course, as we all know, you get to old Tom, if you get to put hands on him, he'll get to tapping.
Tap. Yeah. Hey, Brady just looked out of sorts at times, man. His throwing motion and, like, the subsequent throws look way off. And point of reference here, another game, Tom the Terrific doesn't throw a TD this season. So, you may be staring at the end of his time here as a starter here in New England. He may not be falling off a cliff, but he's leaning over it, and you can hear the echoes coming back. Like, he's there. Mike Vrabel has got this team playing, and they're getting better the last 2 weeks. If Tennessee can identify problems on its offense, like how they want to proceed with the rushing attack, make some moves to bolster the offensive roster, the O-line, keep Mariota healthy, they already have a top 5 defense. We're going to be talking about them in the top 10, top 12 teams in this league if they can keep that kind of stuff up.
Yeah. So. And not to go unnoticed, not only is the head coach, from, that coaching tree per se, but, you had Deion Lewis, and you also had a Malcolm Butler that you didn't play in the playoffs last year. So there was a lot to be proven. Logan Ryan even has been up there, So
Lewis with the quote, that's what you keep trying to go cheap.
Yeah, it is what it is. And then, we talk about the Patriots. We always talk about, the adjustments they make, right? Mm-hmm. This game was 24-10 at the half. Yeah. And the Patriots were shut out in the second half. Meanwhile, Tennessee scored 10.
Hey.
And note that.
Imagine that Tom Brady couldn't bring you back down 14 at the half. Imagine that. Saying that out loud.
Do you want to talk about Brady's catch? Because the reason I want to bring up the Brady catch is this. Believe this or not, huddlers, there are 2 players in NFL history that are 41 that have receptions in the league.
Yeah.
One is the GOAT, Jerry Rice. And now number 2 is Tom freaking Brady. Those are the 2, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
We have 2 guys, 41 catches in the NFL. Jerry Rice, Tom Brady. And then, of course, then he stumbled and didn't make the first. But I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. What a game.
34-10, man. Again, 7-3. Gronk's not there. Now we're hearing whispers that Gronk might retire. Obviously due to all the injuries and different things like that. I get it.
I don't know what's going on there either.
Right. He's coming back off an injury. Yeah. 11 carries, 31 yards, but coming back off the injury, is what it is with him. Yeah. I get it. We've had certain particular talking heads in the world talk about this magical cliff for Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And hedging their bets, but Father Time's undefeated, and we'll see what happens from there.
Yep.
Now on to the actual trap game. Right state, wrong city.
Ooh,
Falcons at Browns. Falcons take the L, 16-28, because somebody woke up that morning feeling dangerous.
Sure did.
If you didn't catch Baker Mayfield's post-game conference, he said, I just woke up and felt dangerous. And there's actually some shirts out there you can buy. They have the 6 in them that says dangerous, which is awesome. Baker Mayfield was 17-20 for 216, 3 touchdowns. That boy Nick Chubb set the record for the longest run ever in Cleveland history, 92 yards, 20 carries, 176, and a touchdown. Game was, 14-10 Cleveland at the half, and then Cleveland came out in the third quarter, got on their head with 14-0 in the third quarter. Falcons get 6 late, but, Matt Ryan with 52 throws, 38 of 52, 332 touchdowns. To me, Falcons walked in. They won 3 straight, feeling good about themselves, smelling themselves 4-4. And, it's Cleveland. We'll win. And took a L.
Yeah. I don't know. That's what you get, I guess, for underestimating your opponent. And the other thing, too, man, it was what, you alluded to the run from Chubb. Like, Atlanta's getting healthier. They got Deion Jones back. So some of those breakaways that people have been getting on them, it ain't going to be happening too much. Deion's like a captain over there. Of that defense. You best to be sure that the defense is going to tighten up now that old Deion Jones is back. And this is lesson learned, man. Any given Sunday. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Deion Jones is a big get back for them. Falcons 4-5 now. Browns 3-6-1.
Yeah, and
trap game concluded.
Who thought the Browns were going to beat the Falcons on Sunday? Right?
Not everything's been going on. Not at all.
No.
Let's slide over to Oakland Chargers, Raiders.
Yeah.
I think Steve on the preview show you said we don't need Felipe. We just need Phillip. And that's exactly what we got in this game, sir. Yeah. Phillip, 18 to 26 for 223, it's 2 touchdowns and an interception. But old Melvin Gordon just doing his thug thizzle.
Yikes.
18 for 93 rushing, 5.2, 5 catches, 72 yards and a touchdown. Yikes. Chargers get the win 20-6 to get to 7-2, staying just 1 game behind those Kansas City Chiefs. Oakland falls to 1-8. And now are officially in the number 1 slot for the draft. Hey, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. I'm just letting you know.
No, you're not. You ain't sorry at all. We don't get Justin Herbert. Dak is safe. That's all I know. I got it.
If they take Justin Herbert, you can get Will Grier. That's neither here nor there. We got time for that, but
whatever.
The only other thing that was kind of, I guess, circling about this game, there was word that Jordan Nelson was going to retire. That was kind of permeating throughout social media some. He has yet to retire yet, and we haven't heard much else about it. Now there was a player that said, and I quote, excuse the language, I'm gonna get me the F out of here, the other 4-letter word.
Yeah.
And some thought maybe that was him, but we don't know. He hasn't retired yet, so we can't speak on that. But I think it definitely speaks to the culture and what's going on there. And we've spoken that to at length before.
Yeah. Wonder if he wants to retire a Raider. You think?
He's going to leave. He's going to sign that 1-day contract.
I was kidding, bro.
Okay. I was like, come on. Well, but that might be part of it, though, for being fun. If we want to walk down that path, if you retire right now, then you can't really technically sign a 1-day contract, right?
Yeah.
No, ugh. I got to hold out so I can retire a Packer.
Yeah.
On to my game of the week, which was really entertaining. Seahawks at Rams. Another one. They've played 2 games this year, and both games very, very entertaining. Yeah. Rams get the win, 36-31, get to 9-1. Seattle falls to 4-5, losers of 2 straight now. Seahawks jumped out 14-7. Rams got the lead 17-14, and then it was just that battle, And the Hawks had a chance late a couple of times, couldn't get the job done. The rookie Penny for them, 12 carries for 108 yards and a touchdown, 9 yards per carry. Russell Wilson, 9 carries, 92 yards, 10 yards per carry. Mike Davis, 11 carries, 58 yards, 5.3. I'll highlight Tyler Lockett for the 1 carry for 18 yards just for the standpoint of, bro, they rushed for 270 yards against the Rams at home. I get it. The Rams won Fair enough. One of the things I always said about Sue is, as much of a talent as he is a me player and doesn't always play the system. He wants his numbers. And whenever he does that sometimes, I think Dolphins fans will probably would speak to this. You kind of get gashed in the run game some. I'm not saying that's exactly what's going on there per se, but this defensive front should not be giving up 270 yards rushing.
Yeah. Aaron Donald probably should have concentrated a little bit more instead of trying to do the pay-per-view after the game. He probably should have concentrated on.
Well, he got blasted on the sideline, and obviously he felt some type of way about it. I'm sure the NFL will be in his inbox about that for sure. But yeah, I'm just, because we talk about different defenses and what they're going through and everything. I mean, we've seen this Rams defense get gashed a couple of times, right? We saw Minnesota and what they did to him, right?
Yep.
We saw what Minnesota did. I mean, not Minnesota. I just said them. The Saints do, right?
Yeah.
We just saw Seattle do that to him. And now, hey, here comes Kansas City.
Yeah. Defense ain't great, but boy, that offensive side of the ball, wow.
And you speak to that, but, did they take an L, though, unfortunately? And it's crazy, right? Because Cooper Kupp was first hurt against Seattle, the first game, and unfortunately, the torn ACL.
Yeah, things change a little bit in that offense without Cooper Kupp in it.
Jared Goff, of course, things. 28-39, 318-2. Touchdowns, no picks. Todd Gurley.
And probably Halle Berry's phone number in his DMs.
Right.
Yeah,
he did say it was this. She asked the question. He told her my favorite play. And then, ever. Yeah. And then we'll see what happens behind the scenes on that. Maybe TMZ can break that for us. But Todd Gurley, 16 carries, 120 yards for a touchdown. Also threw in 3 catches for 40 yards. Brandon Cooks, 10 catches, 100 yards. Again, Rams 9-1, Hawks 4-5. Great game. If you didn't get a chance to watch it, it was a really good game. Hawks had a chance a couple times at the end, couldn't get the job done.
Yep.
But that running game is definitely back on point for them.
Yep.
Ready for to see the next round. Sure. Well, Dolphins, Packers. Second time this year the Dolphins go on the road. First time they were 3-0 going to New England, laid an egg. You battle back with your backup quarterback, get to 5-4 going to Green Bay with a chance to stamp your season, laid an egg, 31-12. However, this game was a lot closer than the final score tells it.
Definitely.
But, again, the same things we kind of highlighted. Frank Gore gets 13 carries for 90 yards. I mean, he did his thing this week, 6.9. Mm-hmm. Kenyon Drake, same old. 8 carries.
Just not getting it. I'm not getting it. Not getting it at all.
The doghouse with Gaze?
I don't know, man. Like, what are you afraid of, or what are you trying to do? Trying to lose games?
I mean, Packers found the rushing game. Aaron Jones had 15 carries for 145 and 2 touchdowns. I mean, anytime you can hold Aaron Rodgers to 19 completions out of 28 for 199. Yeah, you feel like you have a chance.
Yeah.
So not the case. Yeah.
Dolphins made him look stupid a couple times, bro, in that game.
Yeah. I mean, they drove the ball a couple times. And you had the snap over. Brock hits him in the hands in the red zone, and he fumbles, and they pick it up. Just a couple of things here and there. So Fins fall to 5-5, and the Packers are now 4-4-1.
Mike McCarthy gets one of those darts pulled off the bullseye on his back.
I mean, for now.
Yeah.
To be continued.
Yeah.
Then we went to the Cowboys and Eagles on Sunday night.
Mm-hmm. Thought I told you. Keep your mouth shut, boy.
As I said all week, it was boom or bust.
Mm.
I've seen this time and time again with Jason Garrett. People always ask the question, I mean, how is Garrett still the coach? Mm. This is the exact reason why. Because every time his back is, he's coaching for maybe his position and backs against the wall, the team responds and they get the win. Like I said, they would either win the game or they would get blowed out. And they win the game 27-20. Both teams are 4-5 now. Let's dig deeper, though. Let's dig a little bit deeper. Because they said they didn't need a, true number one wide receiver. Okay? And then they added Amari Cooper last week and this week. Cowboys' third down conversion rate before Amari was 29 of 91, which was 28th in the NFL at 31.8%. I think the league average is around 38%. Even with the 28-14 loss last week in this game, they're currently 13 of 27 for a 48.1% percentage, which is now fourth in the NFL. That's the Amari Cooper effect. That's why you spend a first-round pick.
Amari Cooper. Who's that guy again? Damn. Yeah.
North Miami, a.k.a. Roll Tide.
Yeah. Go on.
But now, without that being said, somehow, some way, it's amazing. Scott Linehan figured out Ezekiel Elliott, 19 carries, 151 yards, one leap and a touchdown, or hurdle, if you will. 6 catches, 36 yards, and a touchdown. And we haven't really brought it up on this podcast much, but it's something that we're probably going to have to bring up a little bit more. This guy, Leighton Vander Esch, is pretty damn good.
He's good.
13 tackles, had a game-saving third down on the screen, rated diagnostic, got it, and an interception on Carson Wentz. That guy's pretty good, no doubt. But then, of course, Dak with Coop and everybody in tow, 26 of 36 for 270 and a touchdown.
Yeah.
Eagles side of the ball, though.
Yeah. Old Philly.
Yeah, Wentz 32 of 44, not terrible. 360, 2 touchdowns and an interception.
Nah.
But now let's dial it back though. I'm like, oh, y'all traded for Golden Tate. That's awesome. You don't need a wide receiver. You need a running back.
Should have went and got Bell.
Should have something, whatever you need to do. Yeah. Maybe should have got Carlos Hyde. You should have did something for the running back position because that's your issue. Blunt's gone. J.J.'s gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh Adams, he had one long carry, but 7 for 47 for 67. Everybody else, trash.
Yeah,
Corey Clement,
Wendell
5
Smallwood,
for 13.
trash.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah.
Smallwood, 2 for 4. Wentz, 2 for 7.
Hey, and Wentz's QB numbers was the most ugliest, damn near ugliest QB numbers for that game. He was 32, 44, 360 yards, 2 TDs and a pick, right?
Yeah.
This is like the game. This is like the game Eli had against Carolina. You know what I mean? Like, it so doesn't tell the story.
Right.
No, it was trash, dude. Trash game.
And because outside of Zach Ertz, who got 14 catches for 145,
right?
Meh. And look, and be clear, if the Cowboys kicker doesn't miss a field goal, it's not even really this close.
Yeah, but
shout out to Doug Peterson, who has finally got off the "we need to remember that we're champions" mantra. Finally,
I'm waiting for you to get off it.
Well, I'm glad. No, I can now because he got off of it finally.
Yeah, and
it's to the we need to look each other in the mirror. The one thing I did like from them is Carson Wentz definitely echoed that from him, so we know that head coach and that quarterback is on the same page. But now both teams are 4-5. Both 4-5. I don't know. You got Philly. Look, as much as we talk about Philly, they're going to New Orleans this week.
Yeah, they got a long 5-6 games, that stretch right there.
Yeah, that stretch is hard. But hey, the Cowboys got to go to Atlanta this week, and that's a wounded dog. So we'll see what happens from there. Everybody's chasing the Redskins at this point, but yeah, Philly definitely got some things to figure out. As soon as they can figure out how to get that running game going again, I think they'll be okay. But they chose to get Golden Tate. Hey, real quick, because I heard everybody talk about Golden Tate when he was in Detroit, in those numbers he put up against Dallas and Arlington, right? Like 100 and some odd yards and everything. Remind me, what did he do?
Yeah.
What was it? 2 catches?
Yeah. I mean, he might
2 catches.
He might have had.
I'm sorry, 19 yards.
Yeah.
2 catches, 19 yards.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
I think he got just about as many in the punt return game.
Right.
So, I mean, it was really abysmal. Sad.
Well, we'll see what we'll see again. We have both talked about it. We thought 9-7 might win the division. Really starting to look that way.
Maybe.
Oh well. Unless the Skins get on a roll, I think that's where it's headed.
The stretch, man. The stretch for these teams.
About to get to that fourth quarter of the season, that's going to bring some intriguing things.
Yeah, definitely that. Yeah.
Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
The Big Blue, baby. Mm-hmm. The Giants go into
Blue. I don't know about big, but I mean, we'll go with it.
Big enough. Hey, big enough this night.
Oh, yeah.
How about that?
Oh, yeah.
Giants get the win, 27-23. Oof. They get to 2-8, same as the Niners.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry, 2-7.
Yeah,
2-7.
That coin flip.
That coin flip. All right, that coin flip later. And as we talked about earlier, the Raiders are number 1 in the draft. But Eli, 188 yards, 3 touchdowns. Saquon getting around there. Defense making things happen, getting some turnovers. The legend of Nick Mullins, betrayed by some of his wide receivers. Those interceptions really wasn't on him.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though. As I was watching the game and we had the game thread going, I was talking, I said, man, boy, Matt Breida is going to be really tired and sore tomorrow because he was running the ball hard and he was running it well. 17 carries for 101 yards and 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
But Giants get the win 27-23. Are you excited, Steve? Massiah?
No. I mean, what's to be excited about? We played the people that we're going to flip a coin for to see whether or not we get the second pick in the draft. Like, this wasn't that phenomenal a game. I mean, Odell Beckham had 11 targets. He had 4 catches, 2 TDs, 73 yards. Sterling Shepard had 3 targets. He caught 2 balls for 9 yards. Luckily, one of those was the game-winning TD. Saquon had 4 catches on 5 targets for 33 yards. Ran the ball 20 times for 67 yards. And then I know you were talking about, you were screaming about Evan Ingram was sound until the third quarter. I'm
sorry.
I know you wanted that touchdown. I know.
Oh, God. He just needed 2 more yards there at the end. He would have had the touchdown. I would have won my fantasy football game.
I know. But, he was quiet for a reason. The Giants wanted to establish the run game, and that involved blocking. That reiterates my point about me wanting us to get O.J. Howard instead. I mean, if Ingram isn't being used as a wide receiver type tight end, then your return on investment will see minimal gains, if you will. You're just not going to get out of him. He's not that great of a blocker. And I mean, even the guy's going to chip, he might fall over. So, I mean, defense was inconsistent at some times. They looked like they were playing together and bonding. I mean, B.J. Goodson had 2 picks. I mean,
them tips.
Yeah, the tip drill. Lorenzo Carter flashing that speed, out of Georgia, flashing that speed and that IQ, diagnosing plays last night, and then we got B.W. Webb now as a corner, and we got rid of Eli Apple, so now B.W. Webb starts in that spot. He plays within himself, he gets in your face on the line, and hey, we might only need to go draft a corner to help with rotation next year instead of hoping that we get a stud. And then Landon Collins, who you wanted to tag, you thought about trading him, led the team with 9 tackles, 7 solo, but, go ahead and get rid of him if you want to.
Hey, and speaking of the rookie, Saquon, 100 yards from scrimmage, right?
Yeah.
8th game this year. Puts him in some pretty elite company.
Yes. Yeah.
Pretty elite company.
Yeah. We don't look, let me be clear. We don't need to do any more of this against any type team. We don't need to do any more of these W's. We're trying to solve a problem next year.
Straight L's on me.
We need to make sure that we're not doing any more. We've already done enough for the season. Let's stop right here.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But Either way, you get your second win of the year. You know, you got to enjoy Victory Monday again.
Hey,
so
let me give it to you.
The one clap. Oh, just one clap.
Just one.
Fair enough.
It was one dub, one clap.
How about you got 2 dubs on the year? We can't get 2 claps.
That's enough.
All right. Well, you know, by the way, as I was talking about the Nixon 6 and whatnot, that Bell shouldn't come back for money and a myriad of different reasons.
Yep.
He didn't come back.
Yeah.
Saves the tread on the
stuff.
Second down.
Yeah, let's get to that second down. Saves the tread on the tire.
Yeah.
If they want to tag him, it's $25 million, and whoever wants to sign him doesn't have to worry about that mythical number of once you get so many touches, you're downhill.
Yeah.
I saw your post. I completely agree. We talked about the Jets earlier. The Colts definitely as well. I agree with that.
Yep.
Colts and Jets definitely should be at the very top of the heap to get that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like if you could get him for Sam Darnold and for the Jets, take a lot of the load off on that kid while he's trying to learn whatever new coach's new system.
Yeah. Hey, look, and if the Colts can land him, with T.Y. Hilton and Luck.
Yeah, Andrew Luck is going to go in the stratosphere, bro.
Yeah. That team gets dangerous if they can figure out that defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
But since he is out and you know, the myriad of fantasy football leagues we're in that we might have seen a bell go very high for people that were picking and everything, I wanted to kind of dig into the top 5 rushers in the league right now. Let's see where their teams are at.
Yeah. Let's see.
You want to start at 5 and go up, or do you want to start at 1 and go down?
Let's start at 5 because this is an interesting 5.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, we have a tie at number 5.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Checking in at 672 yards.
Yes.
We have the young buck out there doing things for the Chargers and Melvin Gordon. Mm-hmm. And then in the top 5, the only old head, if you will, in the group, Adrian Peterson, Mr. All Day, 672 yards for both of those guys. And, hey, Peterson's team's leading his division, 6-3.
Yes.
And Melvin Gordon, his team, 1 game behind the Kansas City Chiefs.
Correct.
And are in the driver's seat for a wild card position currently.
Right. Yeah. The AP, man, as long as they keep that dude healthy, Washington's in the driver's seat. They can start getting some dudes back on offense across the line. Alex Smith can give them just a little bit more. If Alex Smith can give them just another 10%, 15% of himself.
I agree with that. I think here's the thing. If Alex Smith can get comfortable with Josh Doxson down the field some, I think that helps that offense even more.
Yes. But,
and we saw a little bit. He hit him with a touchdown last week, but it's not quite there yet.
And the defense, like, man, you got guys like Ryan Anderson out of that Cupcake College getting on the field now. He's been looking for Burns, and he's getting them. I mean, like, crucial play last week or over the weekend, you know, punching that ball out of Jacquizz Rodgers' hands. You know, you got HaHa over there now playing across from DJ Swearinger. You know, this front 7 is ugly, dude. Like, they're fast, they hit hard, they're mean, you know, and they don't play around. I mean, look, you can't, if Washington wants to get to the playoffs, they don't have to worry about their defense. They need to make sure their game plan has Washington's offense all over it, trying to get points, red zone conversion, all of that. You need to make all that happen for your team because you could go. Honestly, man, like I put Washington's defense up against other teams out there with their defense. I mean, you look at the Titans; they're dangerous. But I mean, like I put those defenses up against that.
Yeah, I mean, the front 7, like we talked about, you know, in leading into the season and things that we're talking about, teams that might surprise and everything, and we were talking about that front 7 and whatnot for them. The thing that worries me is, boy, they got it. The Falcons kind of did something to them last week. Yeah. And we look at the game this week, and the Redskins win 16-3 against the Bucs, but you gave up 500 yards to Fitzmagic.
Yeah.
Or tragic.
Yeah.
Now you got the turnovers. Now the one thing I will say is, especially since HaHa came over, boy, doesn't it seem like Josh Norman's kind of morphed back into maybe a little bit that older. Yeah. I'm willing to take these more chances because I don't have to worry about behind me anymore.
Over the top, he's got that covered.
Yeah, now that's dangerous right there.
Right.
Now that's dangerous. Now if Josh Norman is able to feel that way to take those chances because Ha-Ha's there, that defense gets that much better.
Yeah, I meant to bring that up earlier about him.
Yeah, but those two games, like they got to show me, they just show me again that they're stymied, that they're very stymied a little bit. But I'm with you. If the Skins offense can find a way to score 21 points a game, it's going to be man. Now they got to go through the division though. They got to play Eagles twice, Cowboys once, and the Giants once still. So,
they're going to need to learn they're going to need to learn how to score 28 points, or the defense is going to have to stymie offenses, like you said. I mean, because you can't go in trying to score 21 points against New Orleans. That ain't going to happen.
Absolutely.
Drew Brees to score 21 points in a quarter.
Yeah. With taking a nap, he'll do it.
Yeah.
Let's get to number 4.
Send Taysom Hill out there while he goes to get a drink on the side.
Oh, you dirty.
Yeah, that type of thing. Yeah.
Let's get to number 4 because for the man, the myth, the legend, the guy that just got killed on Fortnite. For the first time when he played it by somebody in his jersey.
The NFL just launched Fortnite jerseys, like in-game items where you can equip your character with NFL jerseys.
Yeah, and Patrick Mahomes wasn't ready to get killed by his own jersey. But number 4 is Kareem Hunt in his sophomore season. No sophomore slump for this guy.
Dirty.
754. And give you some in the past game too. But that's the thing that's the thing for Kansas City. Like to me. And here's a nugget from your guy Nick's before we get to the preview show.
Okay,
I'm gonna say it right now.
Right.
Rams, Chiefs, whoever runs the ball better wins that game.
Okay.
So this game isn't so much Goff, Mahomes. To me, I think this game is more
Gurley Hunt.
Hunt.
Yeah.
And that's what I think, because whoever is able to run the ball more can control this clock and keep that other guy on the sideline.
No, I mean, inevitably, to go along with that, whoever wins the battle in the trenches, man. I mean, this offensive line can hold up against that defensive front over there in L.A. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can.
Hey,
I could see a long day for them.
And let me give you another one. Because, Rams defense gets all the pub with all the players, right?
Yeah.
Over the past 3 weeks, go look up what Kansas City's defense is ranked. 4th.
Yeah.
They're not giving up much. Yeah, hey, look, David Johnson had a pretty good game, but they eliminated everybody else on the Cardinals outside of David Johnson. Like, hey, we'll give you David. We're not giving you nothing else. And look, now Barry might come back. But now that's too much of a preview. But Kareem Hunt also got his own hurdle highlight this year so far.
Yeah.
And he was able to house it, unlike Zeke, who tripped and fell.
Oof.
I
was wondering, too, why he fell. I'm like, wait.
Turf Monster
got
him, man.
He was stable, though, for like a couple steps after that. What happened?
Yeah, Turf Monster got him, man.
Like he buckled almost.
It was like he was running he was trying to get there too fast.
Yeah.
You just get, when you go too fast and your head gets over your feet, boom, it's gone. For people that play, they know what that is.
Yeah.
But that boy Hunt, no sophomore slump. That's the biggest thing I want to key in on him. No sophomore slump. Getting it in, and look, whether it was Alex Smith or now it's Patrick Mahomes, hey, he is still viable and doing what he needs to do for that team.
Definitely.
And getting into this colder season, and when we get to the 4th quarter of the season, Andy Reid definitely needs to remember that.
Yeah.
Now, as we let off talking about Bell.
Ooh.
His replacement, the Terminator Connor, 771.
Yeah.
And we're not going to talk about his receiving stuff, but number 3 in the league right now. And more touchdowns at this point in the season ever than, Bell. Now, we don't want to make this is Connor the guy over Bell. That's not what we're here for.
Yeah.
We Bell. We know what Bell's worth. We've talked about Bell. We know what he's worth, and he needs to go get his worth. And I think he'll do that.
He's worth about $25 million if you're Pittsburgh.
Right? If you're going to tag him, no doubt. But for this guy to battle back from cancer, and what he did in college at Pittsburgh, hey, Pittsburgh's got a little bit of a lineage college-wise when it comes to running backs. There's a guy there that came through their name, Tony Dorsett. FYI.
I remember that fella.
You know, I'm not a fan of the haircut. But hey, man, Connor's definitely putting in work, man. And you know, the stabilizing factor for the Steelers now being 6-2-1, even if you will.
Yeah, but I know, you know, the latest news before we got on to record is, you know, Le'Veon Bell did not sign his tag.
Oh, yeah.
And Connor's still in concussion protocol.
Right.
So, I mean, at this point, I mean, if teammates weren't angry with Le'Veon, they probably will be now, since the other guy's hurt and we don't know when he's coming back.
I mean, yeah, but here's the thing. You already said what you said early on. So if I'm Connor, I mean, not Connor, if I'm Bell, you said what you said. I mean, you can be more pissed off now than you were, you know, early in the season when you said what you said. To me, you know, to steal that old Massiah-ism, top down. Then top down should have did something. Top down should have picked up that phone.
Maybe
top down should have had something happen.
Yeah, don't.
Apparently they felt okay. You know, so
don't quote me when it comes to that stuff, man. I'm not the guy.
Hey, I'm just saying. I mean,
just say what I say. I mean,
hey, but I'm just saying. But this is a clear cut case of that.
No. Let's move on.
Right.
Let's move on.
Now we're going to get a little jump into some other numbers now. Number 2. Hey, if you don't feed him, you might take an L.
If you don't feed him, you might starve.
You might starve. You got to feed him now.
Starve.
You got to look. If this team don't feed him, it's a wrap.
Hey, and before you go, because this is your guy. I mean, he's my guy too. I like him a lot. But hey, I mean, before you go, as baffled and as angry and as off the charts as my blood pressure is over Julio Jones just catching 1 TD for the season.
Hey, no, he got 2. He got 1 this week.
Yeah, well,
he got 2 now.
Yeah, he got 2 now.
A whole 2.
I'm dialing back to when we did the preview show.
Yeah. I'm just saying he got a whole 2 now.
But look, it is a shame on this God's green earth why Ezekiel Elliott only has 4 TDs for the season.
Hey,
it's a shame.
Preaching to the choir. But number 2, Ezekiel Elliott checking in at 831, and out of the top 5/6 because Peterson's tied, 4 and 5. There's some reasons for that because 831 probably could be a lot closer, if not over 1,000, and leading the league.
I thought you was gonna wait for that one, but I was gonna say it after you got to Gurley. Like he should definitely be over 1,000 yards if they had utilized him properly. Right,
but doesn't get carries, and we don't have to go all the way through every single game. We can just go back to Monday night and against Tennessee, he got 5 carries and 1 catch. So in the second half, and
Gurley's got him beat by 30 catches, 30 attempts. So
and so he's number 2 in the league. They're 4 and 5. The Cowboys obviously got the big win and trying to trend in the right direction, headed to ATL. But now on to that number 1. And that is, who has been my number 1 as the MVP so far until this week. And I'm giving it to Drew Brees for now.
Yeah.
Todd Gurley II. 988 yards.
Monster.
Whew.
Monster.
And look, and we ain't even talking about, like you said, we ain't even talking about the catches and that and those yardages or whatever. But 9-1.
Yeah.
And 9-1.
And man, if I'm gonna go ahead and establish a new category of running backs. I mean, I know there's next gen, some of the terminology we like to use, but like there's got to be a category for you don't know how to prepare for this. Todd Gurley, Ezekiel Elliott, Kareem Hunt, the Melvin Gordons of the world, Saquon, Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara.
That guy.
Yeah, you don't know how to prepare for that. Those guys are in that category. And I know that's a lot of words, but you don't know how to prepare for those dudes. And you're going to see it as the generation advances. You start seeing all these old heads retiring at QB, and they get the next QB in and all of that. You're going to see these are the names that are going to dominate the headlines for the next 5-6 years at least, because they're that good.
Yeah. They're definitely what you would call next on deck. They're going to be running the league. Oh, yeah. I want to personally say, hey, look, all day, Adrian Peterson, I salute you. We know the injuries that you've had, the bouncing around you did last year, and for you to almost pseudo put that franchise on your back and do this speaks volumes about how great you are.
Sure.
That's man, to watch him do what he's doing is to me, it's like, man, as much as they want to devalue, you can't do it no more, And look, we've questioned a while Frank Gore is getting the carries and everything, and he had a great week this week, and understanding he's in the top 5 rushing now and everything. I mean, salute to that guy being old and doing what he's doing as well too. Nothing to take away. You can only take what the coach gives you, and he's running with it. Right. But to run it down, and something that me and you have talked about, hey, look, you got to be able to run this ball, man. Yeah. If you want to go far, you want to run the ball, right?
Yeah.
We've been bringing that up to people. Todd Gurley's team real quick is what again?
Number 1 NFC West.
Yeah.
Oh,
9-1.
Yeah.
9-1.
9-1.
Hey, Kareem Hunt. What's their record?
Chiefs. Are they?
Yeah.
What are they? 7-1.
9-1.
9-1.
Yeah. Yeah. Connor leading the division 6-2-1.
Yeah.
Melvin Gordon. The only reason you're not leading your division, Chargers, is because Kansas City happens to be there.
Yeah, you got to compete with Holmes and Hunt. Mahomes and Hunt. I think I called them. I don't know. I think I was messaging. AD. Shout out to Adrian Woods, man. I was messaging him like, y'all got the 3 H's over there. You got Holmes, Hunt, and Hill. Like,
right.
Yeah, that's
Triple H.
It's
time to
lot.
Play the game.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with, man.
But the Chargers, sitting there 7-2. Then the old man Peterson leading the division 6-3, and the Cowboys are behind them. Albeit they're the worst record with Zeke at number 2 at 4-5. But hey, if you want to get in the hunt, man, you got to find that run game.
Yeah, and
it's got to go hand in hand.
And every team, and look, there's 6 running backs we have here, right? Because AP's tied with Melvin Gordon.
Right.
Every team except for Dallas at this point is going to the playoffs in some form or another, probably, whether it's wild card or they're in there.
Right. Yeah. Dallas is the only one the outside looking in currently.
Right. But I mean, Dallas still has a shot.
Rest of them,
right?
Yeah. The rest of them, they have a shot. But the rest of them, you can
pretty much
almost
pencil them
stamp.
in. Yeah.
You can almost stamp them.
Yeah.
That's for the running backs. Now let's get to maybe possibly the hottest division in the NFL on third down. Can we do that?
Yeah. Let's do the third down, brother.
Let's do it. How about that? AFC South.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And look. And we're not even going to talk about the Jaguars because we know what they are at 3-6. We're through with them.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about the 6 wins in a row Texans, now 6-3.
Yeah.
We're talking about the 2 wins in a row Titans, now 5-4.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about the 3 wins, no sacks in 4 games, Indianapolis Colts at 4-5.
Mm-hmm. Houston Texans, boy, streaking.
Man, hey, everybody's streaking.
Streaking, bro.
Everybody's streaking. I'm like, man, look at these guys. Mm-hmm. As of the trade deadline, they got Demaryius Thomas, and I still feel this way. I still feel like the Texans are going to run away with this division and hide with it. I really do.
Yeah. Normally I would agree with you, but what I've seen out of Mariota the last couple weeks, with the kind of patchwork line that he has right now. Ooh.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean,
and
hey, look.
Defense is playing.
Yeah, and Mariota's getting healthy and everything. And to get them, that bye week did them really good to let him get a little healthy rolling into these games.
Yeah.
Whenever the Titans beat the Eagles, I was like, I'm a buyer of them in the playoffs. And I still am. I'm not off that bandwagon. I still am. I just think they're a buyer in the wild card sense. I think at this point, I I think the Titans, and I don't want to discount the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think the Chiefs are going to win that division. I don't want to completely discount them, but I'll pencil them in. I got the Chargers, and I got the Titans going ahead and getting the wild card there.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the Colts out of nowhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
Finding a running game.
Yeah.
Protecting Luck.
Yeah.
But that defense is going to let them down, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Going back to the Titans, though. I know you give, and I kind of still give the Texans the edge.
Uh-huh.
But, we have these conversations. We have these conversations offline, and I'm starting to get the goosebumps on my arm type thing now. So when I say
that linebacker mentality.
No. When I say it, you can add that to the pot, but when I say it, you'll understand. Like,
all right.
I can see the linebacker mentality head coach being a defensive coordinator for that team at one time, knowing the head coach, knowing the system that they come from, knowing tendencies, and them going in there and blasting them and knocking them out of the way. I could see it, man. And Vrabel has got these boys playing. We already know he got the defensive part sewed up, right? He's got that solved. But Mike Vrabel, man, you want to talk fire and brimstone. If there's a coach in that division that's probably of that ilk, Mike Vrabel got them boys all on the same page. And once he gets that offense kind of where he needs it to be, they probably make a couple moves in the offseason. Man, Titans going to be that, like I said earlier, top 10, top 12 team. Watch them. And the Texans might not be far behind them. If not with them, neck and neck.
Okay. All right. I mean, for me, okay, I think the Texans have so much on defense that they're able, and now with adding that extra layer on the offensive side of the ball, that I think that puts them over the top. Now, with that being said,
they lost Will Fuller though, bro.
I mean, yeah,
but you got
DT. I mean,
but D-Hop make all the catches, right? Because I could have said, well, he can't make all the catches, but D-Hop make all the catches. And you got Demaryius Thomas, but you ain't got Will Fuller.
Okay, but if D-Hop was making all the catches, and now you add a DT on the other side, to me, DT's an upgrade over Fuller. I'm sorry. I mean, I like Fuller. He's a young player. He's coming along. He's got some speed to him.
Maybe and fundamentals and mechanics Demaryius hasn't beat, for sure.
Hey, and don't forget this. They're about to get Deontay Foreman back at running back.
Yeah.
Now, let's run it down. Here's maybe the biggest game of that division in this next week.
Mm-hmm.
Titans-Colts in Indianapolis. Yeah. Hey. That's a must to me. That's a must win for the Titans, because as soon as you get through with that game, you go to Houston and you got to face the Texans. Okay. Now the rest of your schedule,
the head coach won't use any of that footage though to game plan.
The rest of that schedule though, you're at home again. Titans are at home against the Jets, at home against the Jaguars. They go to New York, aka the Giants, tank mode. At home against the Skins, and at home against the Colts to finish the year.
Yeah.
All right. Let's look at the Texans. Kind of similar, kind of not. The only thing is they got to go to Washington this week. Then they come home for the Titans. But then they're home for the Browns. Then they're home for the Colts, and then they go to the Jets. If the Titans are going to make a run, okay, if they're going to make a run, they have to win this game this week.
Yeah.
For as far as the AFC South, for those two teams to, whether it's going to be win the division or vie for the wild card game, the winner of this Titans-Colts game is in the driver's seat for that, and then we go from there. So we got winning streaks on deck. Titans won 2 straight after the bye. Colts have won 3 straight. Big game. big game.
Yeah. There's a couple games coming up, though, for guys in that
Oh,
division.
wait. I got to text from State Farm. Wait a minute.
Stupid. That is enough. That is enough.
Oh, Peter. Hold on, man. Peterman just sent me with some quotes real quick. Hang on. Hold on, Peterman. Let me text him real quick. Hang on. All right, Peterman. I'll hit you back in a minute. All right, cool. All right, yeah. I got some quotes from Peterman from State Farm. That's what's up. But yeah. This division though, hot. I mean, we can we can kind of look around the league. I mean, it's the hottest division period in the league right now.
Hey, and it's a shame, right? Because how hot were the Jaguars last year? Could you imagine if the Jaguars are playing up to snuff?
Man, look, and I get it. The lazy take here. Mm-hmm. The lazy take here is like, well,
blame the QB.
QB's trash.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different layers to this.
Yeah, certainly.
Whenever, I mean, and I'm even going to talk about the halfback getting shipped out or being hurt, and you had to get some, and you traded for a Carlos Hyde, and how does that work now? Never mind all that.
Yeah.
You shipped out a Dante Fowler Jr. because there was major beef. You went overseas. There was an issue there. I mean, apparently we heard also there was a fight in the locker room the week before that. I mean, there's some definite
separating
issues
players.
On.
Yeah, that's never good.
Right. And hey, man, end of the day, I'm looking at you, Tom Coughlin. I know who you are. I've seen who you are. When you were there, when you went to the Giants, and since you've been back. And this don't smell like Tom Coughlin to me.
Nah.
So I don't know what the situation is there, and whatever it is they need to do.
Maybe
they need to go ahead and take a couple of seats because this season's over and figure it out.
Yeah, maybe the coach and the QB might be looking to escape from them next season.
I mean, maybe so, but yeah, there's bigger things brewing there than what's on the field, and that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Man, let's get to this fourth down of this Thursday night matchup.
Yeah, fourth down, baby.
Fourth down.
We'll call it the last stand for Seattle.
Whew. Man, so much on the line for both of these teams right now.
Yes, sir.
If you're the Packers, if you're the Seahawks,
yeah. I mean, this is big. I mean, this week opens off with a big for those two teams.
Oh yeah.
Hawks were at 4-3.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, lost 2 straight.
Yeah.
They're now 4-5.
Yeah.
Green Bay
and the Packers.
Yeah, Green Bay. I mean, you found a way to beat the Dolphins. You're 4-1.
The lowly Dolphins.
Yeah, you're 4-1. You're looking up at the Vikings at 5-3-1, and the NFC North leading Bears at 6-3.
Yeah, you can't go 4-5.
No,
like something's got to give here.
Yeah, both teams need this win in the worst way. Oh man,
the Packers can't like this. It's even worse, right? Like we talk about the records, and you can't lose, and you can't lose Seattle, and bro, it's even worse for the Packers because they're 1-1-1 in the division. Like you ain't getting no kind of help. You got a win, a loss, and a tie in the division. You ain't getting no kind of help when they start doing the math.
Right, and I mean, what's going to break here? It's kind of crazy, right? Because the Hawks are 1-2 at home. Who would think that with the 12s?
Yeah.
They're better on the road at 3-3. However, Packers are 0-4 on the road. So something there has to give, obviously.
Yeah, man.
So the Packers, in the worst way, need to find a road win. And, the Cowboys were 0-4 going to Philly last week and found a road win. Like Green Bay needs to find a road win this week. I mean, forget the wild card to stay alive in this division.
Yeah.
For the Seahawks, they're done in the division.
Yeah.
But if they want to have a chance at the wild card and get into the playoffs, yeah, I mean, I would be willing to put a check on whoever wins this game has a chance, or whoever loses this game isn't going to the playoffs.
And I'll reiterate, there is a change coming in Wisconsin.
A wind is blowing, if you will.
There is a change coming, brother. There ain't no way about it. Somebody got to go. You just paid number 12.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not telling you who it is. I ain't naming no names. I'm just saying somebody got to go.
Man, that would be a good poll to put up, like for Packers fans. Like, would y'all rather just go ahead and lose so McCarthy's gone, or do y'all want to win and backdoor your way into the playoffs? Hey, don't get mad at me, Packers fans. I've been dealing with this conundrum all week since we went up to Philly and won, because it is what it is.
Man.
I mean, it's just kind of where it's at for Green Bay right now, which is sad, right? It's like, look, if y'all win, okay, hope's alive, McCarthy stays alive, but if y'all lose and things start going left, you get McCarthy out of there. I would like to know what Cheesehead Nation thought about that.
Hey, man, and we can dial it back, right? Just conversations between me and you, and I'm sure we could probably go back.
3 years now.
We could probably go back in the huddle, right? Like the season after the Dez catch. Mm-hmm. We've been doing this since the season after that. Like,
that's 14.
What's going on?
4 years. Yeah, 4 years. We've been talking about that. Absolutely.
We can dial it back. Like, this is what's been going on. And, I guess I could use the co-host of the show, ism, and go top down. What's going on here? Like, why are we allowing this? And this is another one of those franchises. Like, I'm not saying you and I are historians of the game, but we follow the game. We know some history, and this is like one of the founding fathers of the league before it became the NFL, if you will. Like this, the Packers, the Chiefs, the Giants. These are the founding fathers of the league. This is what y'all doing, and then y'all got the balls to go ahead and name the trophy for the league, the Lombardi Trophy.
Lombardi. Mm-hmm.
Come on.
I mean, bro. Hey, maybe the reason why McCarthy's. Forget the Super Bowl win X amount of years ago, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's because they don't have an actual owner.
Yeah, it's
maybe because publicly owned, right? Yeah. So maybe that's the issue, because you can't point the finger and put a microphone in his face like a Mara or a Kraft or a Jones or whoever you want to pick.
Yeah,
and maybe that's some of the reason why he's got to skate so far, because they replaced the GM now.
Yeah.
They replaced the defensive coordinator. We've kind of went through this before, who they've replaced and everything else, but McCarthy's still here. Mm-hmm. And maybe it's just some of the fact that they're publicly owned and they don't have an owner to put that pressure there. But I will say this. Mark it down. Nick said it. Packers don't make the playoffs. McCarthy's fired. Period.
# Nick said it.
So, whoever wins this game is still alive for some postseason. Whoever loses this game, go ahead, take that fork, stick it in them. It's a wrap.
Yeah. We do have to, though. We know this math can be kind of crazy sometimes. On the NFC side, we really need to, I wouldn't say the Seahawks are out of it, even if they were to lose this game. Because if you look around, you got the Bucs situation. We don't know what trajectory Atlanta is trending in. We don't know what the fallout's going to be from Carolina losing. And then there's the Detroit situation. There's a way the Seahawks could probably still sneak in. But,
4-6, they're done.
I get you.
Done. Because only one team's coming out of the East.
Yeah.
Panthers are going to make it no matter what. Done deal.
Yeah.
And then there'll be 2 teams out the North.
We still got 7 games to play, man.
I hear you. A lot of things can
happen. Yeah, a lot of things can happen.
4-6 is not good, though.
I'm definitely going with your thought. I'm just saying, when you look around at the league, and you got the Cardinals and the Niners performing the way that they are, Seattle losing, with the math, it could still work out for them. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but
we're looking ahead, though. Let's
Let's get through this one. We'll get through this one. But like I said, I'll stand by. If I'm wrong, I'll fall on the sword. Whoever loses this game will not be in the postseason. Put it on me. Stab me. I'll sit. I'll ride with it. I feel that's just how I feel.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Oh man. So I guess that pretty much gets to the conclusion on episode 7. What you got on deck for the rest of the week, bro?
Well, we always have to talk about content because,
Yeah.
Boy, if y'all don't stay out of my messenger box with when's the this coming? When's the that coming? I swear. Definitely Knicks and 6. Definitely going live. Oh, and I will definitely be in the chat room on that one. I'm going to be in the chat room on the Knicks and 6. And then we got our Friday preview show.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what we're going to talk about on that show. I don't know. I think we need to take questions from the huddle group this week.
Yeah, we can get through the games to get some questions in. I'm with that.
Yeah, let's try to do that. And then we'll talk on Friday again, maybe. We'll see what we got. What you got? What you doing this week, buddy? When you're on your days off, what you doing?
Well, I mean, it's drive time for me, so not too much free time for your boy. But when I do get it in, maybe a little bit of Red Dead 2 outside the gym, outside of us talking football, of course. I got a few. Did you get you some time on Red Dead? Did you get to cut? How much time did you get to cut your teeth on Red Dead 2? By the way,
I think I'm in chapter 2 right now. But like I said, like Friday,
you got past the snow.
Yeah, but like
you
Friday,
got past the snowstorm.
Yeah, like in Friday, I was like trying to mash out them challenges, and then when I got up Saturday morning, like I even like I have my laptop up instead of the TV because I don't have another TV in here like I did in my old office. But like I was definitely trying to grind out the last couple challenges or whatever on Madden, and then like I turned on Red Dead. And then that was it. Like I was planted in my chair for the rest of the day. Like I'm looking at my kids like, y'all know how to make food, right? Like, yo, I showed y'all how to make. Yeah, go on and do that. What can we make? It's right there in that big old pantry. You go on in and find it. I'll yell the instructions to you.
Man, you are not the first person I've heard that from. Not in that way. Just I turned it on and oh my God, everything faded away. So
well, I got 3 of them, man. Like so, when they're hungry, they will come in here like, yo,
oh yeah,
big
busting
fella,
that door down.
What you got on the menu?
Yeah, make that move.
Yeah,
I mean, for sure, get some questions for us for the preview show on Friday.
Yep.
Man, hey, look, you know what? We need to settle a time on that. What you know what we want to do? We want to do a 10 o'clock Eastern time. Is that what we want to do on the preview show going forward?
You want to do 10 a.m.?
That's not a.m. my time. What you want to do?
I don't know. I mean, I'm okay with 10 a.m. But what are we doing? What do we do there? Like, I mean, like we normally do it in the morning anyway.
Yeah, we don't do it in the morning. We need a time. Well, because we know we got the Knicks at 6 tied down. It's going to be at 6 o'clock every Thursday. We got to go ahead and tie a time down every Friday when they go. They can check for us.
So wait, let me drill down here just one more.
Oh, drill it down, sir.
So you're saying that we're not like recording a podcast for a Friday preview show anymore? Is that what we're doing? We're just doing it. We're doing a video version of it.
We gonna do that live? Yeah, that live
VOD cast, the vodcast.
Little VOD, yeah, little VOD.
Yeah. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you something right now. If you want to do that every Friday, 1, you're gonna have to pay me. 2, just kidding. The most important thing is, man, you think that people want to see our ugly faces every Friday? Like, look. It's Magilla Gorilla and Bubba Sparks.
Okay. And the Vanilla Gorilla.
Yeah, Vanilla Gorilla and Magilla Gorilla. Nah, dude, I don't want to see them. Look at his nose, though. It's so big.
Oh, there you go.
I'm awful. I'm sorry.
Look, they're over here talking about, my God, I wish he'd cut some of that off his chin.
Oh, man. Is that an animal on his face or what?
Oh, that Red Dead 2 on him.
Oh,
hey, man. Hey, look, you don't cut it off. Hey, well, you can get that hair and that beard super long in that Red Dead 2.
Tonic
growing.
Get that tonic for your hair. Yeah.
Anyways, though, Heathers, hey, man, we appreciate y'all coming in, checking us out. Be in tune for the rest of the week. Obviously, we'll keep the content rolling and flowing for y'all. Steve's gonna get that. Massiah's gonna get that post up for the questions, so we can get that rocking on Friday.
Yeah.
It's cold here, by the way.
That's
I had
good.
snow flurries when I left work. I know you're
good.
like 80 degrees.
I
hate
like
you.
cold though. I like cold.
Yeah, I'm just saying that. I mean, cold's cool, but man, not November already.
Yes, sir. But I'll take it. I'll take it. But man, let's go on and get out of here, man. Deep in the huddle. We out.